Okay, I'm going to let everybody in and we'll get going here in just a second. If you're watching on replay, thanks for tuning in. And if you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, but hopefully this session will answer everything that you're looking for. So I'm going to hit admit all and you're going to see everybody pop up on the screen here. Here we go. There comes the squad.
Get an eviction off your background.
Hello, everybody. Boy, that was a powerful button to push. I just brought the whole county of York into my Zoom room. This is great. Hello, Ashley, Audra, Rick, Joe, Jenna. Kimberly tricked me there. I was like, Kimberly's just staying really still. Nope, that's a still picture of Kimberly. That's good. Katie's here. Hi, Katie. I don't know where Megan is. Hopefully she'll join us here in a second. We'll give Megan a minute to jump in, and Philip as well. There's Margot, Brian, Kim is here. Melanie's got the curtains. Good morning. Wilda. Yeah, there you go. I like the energy. That's good. Just going to wait another few seconds here for Megan to join us. Good morning to those who I know and those who I don't know.
CSPC Communications.
And
okay,
if you're
also, I can't hear anything.
If you're here, feel free to turn on your video. It's nice to see everybody. Tina, Cheryl. There's JJ. I remember my pal JJ. JJ was awesome last year on our live stream. Elizabeth's in the car somewhere. She's heading somewhere fun. I'm just going to text Megan and see if she's joining. Are you joining? Question mark. And if not, we'll just get going. So this session is being recorded. If you have colleagues who are going to be participating or you're kind of watching for them, that's totally cool. JJ says, big apologies for being late. No, you're good. You're here before Megan is, so yeah, you're fine. And there should not have been a Google Meet link at the top of the email. I thought I turned that off. I've had that problem before. Okay, and Megan can't make it, so you guys are stuck with me. So, good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Strub, the Giving Day guy. Some of you guys may remember me from last year's live streams when we did the virtual production for Give Local York 2020. This year, we've got a bit of a different situation, as thankfully we'll be back to at least somewhat in person. And I'll get a chance to head up to York, Pennsylvania for Give Local York 2021. We'll be producing what we're calling Give Local York Live from People's Bank Park. I'll be producing about 12 hours of live streams from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. With our host, Philip Given, who I'm sure many of you guys know. He'll be doing most of the hosting. I'll sort of be behind the scenes. From 7 to 9, we'll have the Give Local York nonprofit showcase at the ballpark. And then from 9 to midnight, we'll have some awesome entertainment provided by our friends at Assorted Studios. So you guys are all here as the stars of the show on the big day. And I really appreciate each and every one of you guys participating and really agreeing to take some time to be part of what we're doing. So kind of like we did last year, we'll be using a platform called Switcher Studio to stream these videos to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/GiveLocalYork. and our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/givelocalyork. And those YouTube streams will be simulcast onto the givelocalyork.org website. Everyone here should have received an email with the schedule. So it looks like almost everybody's got your cameras on. If you want to give me like a nod that you know that you got your time slot, everybody kind of knows what they're doing. And then great. And then there was some color coding on the sheet. So there were 10 nonprofits that will be joining us live in person at the ballpark. The other 26 will be joining virtually. Some of you said that you need to join virtually, and some of you said, I don't really care. We'll figure it out. And so we kind of just made a decision from there. Hopefully, most of you guys got a time slot that you are happy with. I'm just monitoring my text messages to make sure that it's not Megan, and it's not. So if you are not satisfied with your time slot, or something comes up where you need to switch time slots, we can make that happen. It would just be appreciated if we could do that as quickly as possible, because there is a lot to coordinate, as you can see, with all the different participants. Certainly, it'd be great if you guys see one of your friends on the list. If you want to move from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or something, and you guys want to switch, that's totally cool. If you feel like you need to ask me to make a switch for you, I'll do the best that I can. If you are joining the broadcast in person, we ask that you will come to the ballpark about 15 minutes before the top of the hour. So if you're on live at 10 in person, then we'd love to have you there by 9:45 to get you kind of plugged in with the microphone and everything. If you're going to be joining virtually, I got to keep admitting people here. Some stragglers coming in. If you're going to be joining virtually, then we'd like you to be there 5 minutes before the top of the hour. So again, if you're on at 10 a.m., then we need you to join the green room, which I will explain here in a second, at 9:55. It is important that you're there before the broadcast starts, so that I can make sure that you're positioned right, that your audio works, that Philip knows you're there, all these different things. So please make a note of it. Your start time is 5 minutes before that time slot that you're going to be on. Your appearance, if you're appearing virtually, should last between 5 and 7 minutes. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how that sequence is going to play out, as in, are we going to have the nonprofits on together? Are we going to go one and then the next one and then the next one? So just please be prepared to be there for, about 20 minutes. Philip may talk to you guys as a group, or may speak to you individually, one after the next. If you attached a video to the form, I have it, and I will make sure to play that video as part of your appearance. If you did not attach a video to the form, but you need to, or you want to get a video shown, I'm happy to accommodate. Again, the form is the best way to get it to me. But if you have a video that you need to send in between 30 and 60 seconds, just get me the file via email. It's chrisstrub@gmail.com, and you guys should all have my email address. Joining the Switcher Studio room is rather simple. We ran through this last year on the training call. I know some of you guys were here last year, some of you weren't. But it's as easy as clicking a link that I'm going to send to you. I was going to send it to Megan, but Megan's not here. So basically, you'll just get the link on your phone, on your tablet, or on your laptop, and you'll just click the link. And what you're going to see is something that looks like this. Kind of focus my phone here so you can see it. It's going to prompt you to give the device access to your microphone. So I'm going to click allow. Then it's going to say, we'd like access to your camera. And I'm going to click allow. And you're going to see that little dialog box. It's very simple. It's going to ask you front or back camera, iPhone, microphone. Please type in the name of the person who's going to be appearing on screen. So it'll just ask you to type in your name, kind of like if you're joining a Zoom room. So I'm going to type in Chris Strub, because that's my name, in case you missed that part. There's a little switch on there that says remote camera mode. Please make sure that you do not check that on. We want that to stay as it is. So do not check remote camera mode. And then I'm just going to press join room. And now I'm in the room. One thing that we will ask you to do is to turn your device horizontally. That's going to allow us to get you to fit properly in the frame. And this will make a lot more sense when you see it in Switcher itself. If you watched any of the videos that we did last year, you'll see what I'm talking about as well. If someone was walking around like this, they just kind of look like they're in an elevator. And we kind of want you guys to fill out that whole frame. So as you're getting your camera set up, you just want it to be horizontal. I presume that most of you guys will be using a phone, which is great. If you have a tripod, like so, that works awesome. You'll just want to position it horizontally. If you don't have a tripod, you can have someone hold the phone for you, or you can just kind of put it on a table, put it on your desk in front of you, and just try and keep it as stable as possible. If you want to have multiple people on your appearance with you, that's cool. Please just plan on being in the same location. So you can have 2 people. Sometimes we've had 3 people squeeze on the camera. But just because we're accommodating multiple nonprofits in each video, it's going to be a lot simpler for us to make sure that we're accommodating just 1 camera per nonprofit. If you really, really feel like you need to have someone else join in from another location, send me an email. As you can tell, I'm a big softie and I will probably accommodate what you need, but just know that it is definitely simplest for us to deal with the 1 camera. Hopefully between this last 10 minutes and the email that I sent, this has answered most of your questions, but I am going to definitely open things up here for your questions. Chris, a bunch of us were in Google Meet. Well, that is just a disaster. Would you please be so kind and reiterate what you have shared? Sure. I really thought I deleted the Google Meet information from the invite. So I really sincerely apologize for that. I hope you guys had fun in the Google Meet. That must've been a nice little party without Chris. I apologize. But again, just to recap kind of what I said before, everybody should have their time slot from the email sometime between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. If you are joining in person, you're going to be there 15 minutes before the time slot that you see on the email. If you're going to be there virtually, I'd like you to join that room, the green room, 5 minutes before the top of the hour. So 11 a.m. nonprofits join at 10:55, and so on and so forth. Your appearance will last between 5 and 7 minutes. If you send a video through the form, I've got it. If you didn't send a video through the form and you really need to get one in, please just let me know and I'll figure it out for you. If you have multiple people who need to join in, try and squeeze them onto 1 camera for me. That'll be a lot easier. You'll be appearing with Philip Given, who was the main host last year. He'll be doing the vast majority of the hosting this year. You'll probably see me and Megan on screen during the day as well. I do want to make sure that I answer all of your questions. So you can use that chat feature in the Zoom room here to ask whatever you want, and I can answer it that way. And, or you can unmute yourself, kind of raise your hand and let me know if you have a question. Kimberly says, thanks. I do apologize again for that, Kimberly. That is my fault and I apologize. And someone's dialing in. Carl is looking very skeptically at me. Carl, do you have any questions? JJ, Kendall, I can see all you guys, so I see the skepticism.
Chris,
yes.
It's Victoria. I feel at a loss here. Did we all get an email confirming that we got slots? Because I don't know that I did get that. I'm delighted to be here, so I'm assuming that means that we got one. But can you enlighten us about that?
So Victoria, which nonprofit are you working with?
I'm with the York County Bar Foundation.
York County Bar. Did you fill out the form
I sure did, and I sent you a video. We're looking to promote our internship scholarship, our diversity internship.
Perfect. So if you did not get my email yesterday, I apologize. I sent the email to victoria.connor@yorkbar.com. I guess that's you, right?
Yeah, that's me. Where would it,
And
who
in
would
the,
it be coming from?
Do you get dark chocolate?
and in the email, I mentioned
Is that a
that
coffee
every
one?
nonprofit that signed up did receive a spot.
Yeah,
So unlike
it was a mobile order, yeah.
and I'm sorry, whoever is on the phone here. I'm gonna
It's a
mute you here.
telephone, yeah. Okay, so you did say that, and is the time in the email and the thing that I accepted to get me here today?
Yes, and Victoria,
Sorry.
your time slot is 9 a.m.
All right, thank
So
you.
congratulations. See, we're making dreams come true here. We did try and plant, Kendall is smiling. We did try and do things a little bit differently than last year, where it was kind of like a Hunger Games and like we were picking who was going to get in and who didn't. This year, having done many more giving days last year, I really wanted to make sure that we accommodated as many nonprofits as possible. And I'm very grateful to, again, let you know that every nonprofit who wanted to participate this year is in. So if you're on this call, unless you snuck in somehow, if you got this call information, you're in, and congratulations. Other questions? I purposely leave plenty of time for questions. If you don't have questions, I can keep talking and give you some more basic background information. I don't want to waste your time, but I know that you guys probably have questions. So
Chris, we're a first-time organization participating,
yeah,
and of course the dogs bark. Yes, they do right this moment.
okay. Kimberly is shushing the dogs. We'll be right back.
My apologies. I'll talk really quick. So if we, so what I hear you saying is, at first, you want it to be in person, but I can't have multiple site coordinators call in and be on that, like on a Zoom. It doesn't work that way. It's a in-person thing.
So
Just for clarification.
which nonprofit are you?
Communities and Schools of Pennsylvania.
Okay, and you're coming in person?
I'll have a person there, yeah.
Okay, so I have you listed as a virtual participant at 10 a.m. I'm actually going to share the schedule here so you guys can all see this if you haven't seen
Yeah.
the schedule.
And we're excited. I want to plan accordingly. We work in the schools and there are no students in the schools on Fridays. They're all virtual learning. So if we can have students join us, or I can get a small video with students to you as part of our live. So what are our options?
Well, that's a great question. I think that if you want to send me a note after this and I'll take a look at it in terms of how we can best accommodate that individually. I think either one of those options would work. And there is some flexibility here. If there are any nonprofits that really do want to appear in person, again, I tried to accommodate based on your stated preferences. But if you really feel like you want to come down to the ballpark, again, this is Chris being a softie and wanting to be accommodating to everybody. But again, we do have one nonprofit per hour listed to come down and make that happen.
Well, we can do virtually. I think my question more is sort of capacity, but I can send that to you separately.
Yeah. As for the capacity, if you do need to have a second camera join in, that is also something that is probably a little bit easier for me to accommodate than trying to add in more in-person folks. So just send me a note and say, hey, it'd be really beneficial if we could have a second camera, and I can make that happen. And if that's the case for any other nonprofits, if you feel like you want to have a second person, just let me know via email and I can make that happen. That is doable. So this is the form in case anybody missed it. I'm just going to scroll down and then I'll unshare here in case you guys haven't seen the schedule. But it is in the email that was sent. So you can keep an eye out for your organization there. And you can see how I definitely tried to accommodate based on your stated preferences. I do see that there are a few questions in the chat. So let me stop sharing my screen so I can see all your lovely faces again. Will you be sending out the link to Switcher Studio? Yes. I will be sending it out a few days before Give Local York. So the reason I don't send it out so far in advance is because we use it for other purposes and we can't have people testing it all throughout. But I will send it out probably 2 to 3 days before the giving day in a separate email. And you will have a solid 2 days to test it out as much as you need to. It's almost simpler than joining a Zoom meeting. So if you made it here, you can make it there. So yes, I will send you that link and you will have that. Can we use a laptop MacBook instead of an iPhone? You sure can. Anything that has a webcam and a microphone will work just fine. Again, the newer the device you use, the better you're going to look and sound. I'm sorry if I missed this. What device is preferred for virtual spots? I would say ask around within either your staff or your family and find the best, newest mobile device you can. The newer a device you have, the better a camera it's going to have, and then the better you're going to look on the video. So if you have an old, like if I was with my mom, she has her old iPhone 8 and I'd be like, nope, mom, you're going to use my 12 because the camera is nicer, right? So find the nicest device that you can scrounge up. I would prefer if you use headphones. You don't have to have fancy schmancy giving day guy headphones like this. You can use earbuds or the older sort of plug-in headphones into an iPhone, and those work fantastic. And those will really help from a sound perspective. Can you talk about the social media support ideas you shared in the email? Yeah. So we are creating the Give Local York Live platform to support your work, right? We are creating all these live videos to support the efforts that you guys are putting in during Give Local York. And so we're also, assuming my brain doesn't explode in the next few days, going to try and create some shareable graphics for you that have the time slot that you're appearing. So I will try and send those out, assuming I can get them done as quickly as possible. And you'll be able to share in advance the time that you're going to be appearing. I'm also probably going to schedule out the broadcasts in advance. It's just more work that I need to do before the giving day starts. So if we get those links scheduled out in advance, I will send those to you. And then if you have someone else on your team or your husband or anyone that can actually watch and participate and support and comment along during your live appearance, what that's going to do is it's really going to help drive up the algorithmic weight of the video that we're creating. And that's going to get the video seen by more people, and we'll be able to tell more people to donate to your nonprofit during your appearance. So that social media participation is always valued. I also would encourage you to pencil in a time, find like a buddy on this call and say, hey, like we'll be there to support your nonprofit if you come join us, at 4 p.m. and we'll see you at 1 p.m. Right. So, all that additional conversation and those comments and those shares really do make a difference. There can be more than one person for the in-person spot, correct? Says Rick. Rick, sure. Yeah, you could bring a few people to the ballpark. We'll just have to figure out how to get everybody mic'd up. So, 2 people would be fine. If you bring a couple more people, I'll figure it out. We just have some logistics to figure out with getting mics on everybody who's going to be talking. So if you have a few people, is that Rick with a follow-up there? Yeah.
I would be the only one talking. The others would be just props. So that they wouldn't need microphones.
I love people props. That's great. So you can bring a few people. I'm sure I probably should say to, just bring masks and everything. And we'll continue to follow social distancing guidelines and stuff. But yeah, if you want to bring a few other people, Rick, that would be just fine with me.
And last question, where, just logistically, where do the in-person interviews take place in the stadium?
So that is not finalized yet, but I do think they're going to be in the press box is where we've talked about it to this point. I've never been to York, so I'm kind of trusting Cody and everyone from the Revs and everyone else's sort of judgment on the setup spot. Certainly we'll let you know where exactly we'll be before the day begins. I just need to figure out where the best place is going to be to set up. But for now, the thinking is that we'll be in the press box with sort of an overview of the stadium. Alexa says we are having an in-person event during the virtual spot. Can I be out in the field talking during the spot, or should it be a quiet space indoors? Outdoors is fine. Outdoors, I actually love outdoors. And if you guys watch the YouTube video link that I sent over, I love seeing live participants come in from outdoors, so long as you can get a strong enough connection with your data. Natural light is always fantastic for a live stream. That's why, kind of selfishly, I stand in front of my window here. Natural light is going to be a great option for you. So if you want to be outside, that's going to work great. Will you have interview questions for us, or should we come prepared with talking points? It's going to go quick. I mean, I think that the questions that you're going to see are going to be pretty standardized across the day. Why are you guys so excited to take part and give Local York? And what does this day mean to the community? And there was also a column that I asked you, or a form that I asked you guys to fill out, where we asked, like, what would you like to talk about? And so Philip and I will be prepared with that information that you put in that response. Of course, he's also pretty familiar with your specific nonprofit. And if he's not, I'll make sure that he is. So we'll make sure that we're touching on the points that you want to touch on. We'll also be playing that video that you sent. So if there's something specific that's rolling in that video, I'm sure we can pivot off and ask a question from that. Everybody's saying that it's snowing and bemoaning their poor lettuce. I apologize for the snow on Earth Day. That's kind of weird. It's not snowing here in Greenville. If anyone, I'm not going to encourage you to move south because Megan will punch me, because York is such a wonderful community. But there is no snow in South Carolina today. I can promise you that. What other questions do you guys have? Feel free to unmute yourself and say hello. I can see all of your smiling faces. Some of you guys got masks on, so you're in the office. That's cool. Looking good, Jess, Kayla. All right. This is a heavily female group this morning. This is all right. Jenna, Carl, Margot, any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I think I put myself down as a person that would be on air with you guys, but if we needed to switch that, it doesn't sound like it's a huge deal.
It's not. I have your name here, Carl, but if you need to switch that around, that's totally fine. I know you just don't want to hang out with me. That's all right. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, something came up at our noon slot. So it's either us changing slots or us changing people. And it sounds like changing people would be easier for you guys. So we're happy to do that. We have a few people that can do that.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be easiest for me unless there's someone literally maybe on this call right now who'd rather come on at noon. That's the fun part of having everybody together. And I do really appreciate all of you guys taking the time this morning to be here. I know how busy everybody is just in general. And then in the lead up to Give Local York, to take the time to be part of this. It's my hope by doing this as a group that we're able to answer most of your questions at this point, because again, last year, so just so you guys know, last year, Give Local York was the first time I ever produced a giving day virtually, and it was a little chaotic. If it came across that way, I apologize. It'll be better this year for sure. And just 10 seconds of background on me. This is what I do year round, is I work with giving days around the US. I actually have another call like this at 11. So if you miss the first few minutes and, or you really are just trying to figure out what it says over my head or whatever, and you want to join in at 11, you can join in the same Zoom room information. It's 999-444-9494. And the password is Chris Strub. And you're welcome to join me again at 11 for the same exact call with this giving day, Give Local 757. And someone from Give Local 757 is here at 10. So good morning, Audra. Hello to my friends in Virginia. Ashley says, hi, the in-person live will be about 10 minutes long. That's what I would suspect. Again, we're not on TV, so we don't have so-called hard stops. We don't have, commercial hits that need to come in at a specific exact moment. So there'll be some flexibility. I'm guessing that many of you guys know Philip Given and kind of his general demeanor and how he can be sort of a gregarious, friendly guy. So if your time slot goes 8 minutes or 11 minutes, I think it's really designed just to be a natural sort of free flowing conversation. And, we'll do the best that we can to stick to around, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. Other questions? Kendall, you've been very quiet. I see you there. Kendall's in my center square. I don't know about you guys, but if we're playing, what is it? Celebrity squares. Now I'm showing my age. Hollywood squares. Kendall won the middle spot here.
Yeah, aren't you lucky? Yeah, no, I'm with Victoria, so I'm just listening.
Okay, gotcha.
Thanks, though.
Alexis, anything? Tiffany? Kimberly Brenner? Been very quiet there. She's smiling now too. Okay, well, your silence means that I think we've answered most of your questions. You guys feel pretty good about this? Now that we're more than a year into the pandemic, everyone's like, oh, I'm joining a virtual meeting. Last year, everyone was like, what? How? Who does it? What? And now this year, everyone's like, it's another virtual meeting. But I think it's just important for me to emphasize to you guys one more time that, Give Local York, and I'm sure Megan would echo this as well. It's designed to be fun. It's designed to be a celebration of the community and of the great work that you guys do each and every day. My job is to really help convey as much energy and enthusiasm and optimism as possible. And we had a really outstanding year last year in terms of Give Local York. And it is certainly my sincere hope for each and every one of you guys that you not only reach, but you far exceed your goals, whatever they may be, whether it's individual donors or amount of fundraising or bringing in more volunteers. That's our goal with doing this. We want to bring more eyeballs to the work that you're doing. And we're trying to figure out the most efficient and effective way to do that. So I am extremely grateful for each and every one of you guys for participating, especially you, Elizabeth. I see you smiling and saying thank you, muted, and now she's laughing. So Ashley, Jenna, Margot, JJ's been so quiet, but I love hearing from JJ. She was so wonderful last year on our live streams. JJ, we'll get to see you on May 7th.
Twice, actually. I'm representing 2 different organizations, so you get to spend a bunch of time with me this year.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw you twice on the forum. I was double excited. We get JJ is really what we're going to get. So Cheryl says, can we view the videos from last year? Yes, they are all located at facebook.com/givelocalyork and youtube.com/givelocalyork. You'll want to do some fast forwarding throughout as we kind of, what we did last year was we made the videos pretty long. So it was like 20 to 30 minutes of content. And then there was like some music playing and some slides, and then the content came back. So if you're watching the stuff from last year, you can fast forward and you can catch, go rewatch Philip interviewing JJ. It was awesome. Is the expectation that everyone should wear masks during the live stream? That's a really great question. I think certainly from the virtual guest perspective, you can kind of see it here on the screen. A couple of you guys appear to be in the office, like Kayla and Tiffany have your masks on. And I presume you're not wearing your mask in your house. Or maybe you are, that's cool. I would say just follow the same sort of guidelines that if you're around other people where you're beaming in from, you may want to wear your mask. But I think that's going to be a matter of sort of your preference. As for the people who are coming to the ballpark itself, I don't have a great answer for you. We've been able to do pretty well with vaccinations down here. I'll be fully vaccinated. So if you're near me on May 7th, hopefully there's no worries there. And I hope that you guys are having luck finding appointments and stuff as well. I think having your mask, to come into the stadium and leave the stadium is probably the right answer. And then maybe when we're on the air, we'll stay 6 feet apart and probably not wear a mask unless you want to or need to. But I don't think it's really my place to kind of tell you definitively one way or the other at this point. If you want to wear a mask, please do so. But we will figure that out, and I'll probably yield to Megan as well as whatever the rules are at the stadium. If there are no other questions, I'll let you guys get back to work. I really appreciate, again, everyone participating. If you do have more questions, you can email me. I will do the best that I can to get back to you as quickly as possible. Again, my name is Chris, the Giving Day guy. And I get to come to York, Pennsylvania this year, which I was really looking forward to last year. And obviously the world disintegrated around us. So I can't wait to make my first trip up to the area. I hear there's pretzels. I made that same joke in the email. I don't know how well it came across there, but Megan and Philip have a pretzel company. So thank you guys for being here. And I'm glad to see you're smiling because you know that this call is over. And I will see each and every one of you guys on May 7th for Give Local York. Thanks for participating, and I'll see you soon. Oh, look at that. Everybody left. Okay. Well, there you have it. If you watch the replay, I appreciate you. Megan probably watched all the way through. See that? I plugged the pretzel company for you. That was good. So I'll see you guys on May 7th. I'll be in town the evening of the 5th, I think. So maybe I'll see you in person. And best of luck with your Give Local York adventures. Oh, and reminder, watch that YouTube video that I put in the email. How to be a great virtual live guest. I should have put it in the chat, but check out that video for more tips. That's what I forgot to say. All right. See you soon.